Welcome students, welcome to the fifth lecture of module 2, the fluid power system, that is pumps and actuators. We are going to discuss today piston pumps. Okay, so myself Viresh Kumar KS, I am from Jain Institute of Technology. Okay, let's start the class. Okay, piston pumps are nothing but we are using the piston cylinders, the reciprocatory movement of that piston to pump the fluid. Okay, so the reciprocator of piston will be useful for the pumping action. So that's why we will consider this as a piston pumps. The piston pumps are of following types. One is axial piston pumps and radial piston pumps. The axial piston consists of two types. One is swash plate type piston pump and another one is the bent axis type piston pump. Okay, swash plate type piston pumps, we'll see this sort of the diagram here. Okay, so first this sort of the gray colored construction you can see, this is called as a rotating barrel. Okay, this is a rotating barrel. If you see from the side view, it is look like a cylinder. Thus it is look like a cylinder which is having the circular slots. Okay, these are the circular slots. These are the circular slots. These circular slots are mainly used to whatever the reciprocation of this, whatever the pistons. The yellow colored which is shown in here, it is a piston. Okay, piston is connected to this whatever the connecting rod, and it will be connected to a shoe. Okay, it is called as a shoe plate. Okay, so in here also it is connected to the shoe plate by this whatever the pin joint. Okay, it is a pin joint used in here. Okay, this is the rotating barrel. It will rotate. So as it rotates, it will make the reciprocating action of this whatever the pistons. And this red colored plate, this is called if you see from the side view, it will be look like a circular plate, and it is a swash plate. It is non-rotating. It will not rotate. Only these shoes will guided by this whatever the angle of this whatever the shoe swash plate. The swash plate is placed angled because to make the some whatever the volume difference at the inlet and outlet, volume difference can be created because of the angle maintained at this swash plate. This is very important part of this of the pump. So this is the shaft, driving shaft, which will supply the circulating movement to this whatever the rotating barrel. Because of that, the rotating barrel get rotates. And this light blue colored will considered as a casing of this whatever the swash plate piston pump. And you can see the axis of this whatever the rotating barrel or rotating cylinder block is concentric with the whatever the rotating shaft, driving shaft. This is the inlet port and this is the outlet port. Okay, in this type, the cylinder block and drive shafts are located on the same center line. Okay, so it is having the same center line where it is going to rotate. The pistons are connected to the shoe plate that bears against an angled swash plate. Okay, the shoe plate is not provided at here, but the small portion is shown in here. This is called as a shoe plate. So it is going to be mounted such that it will be guided with respect to this whatever the swash plate. As the cylinder block rotates, the piston reciprocate because of the piston shoes follows the angled surface of the swash plate. As the shoes follows the angled surface of the swash plate, the reciprocating of the piston takes place. The outlet and the inlet ports are located in the wall plate so that the piston passes the inlet as they are being pulled out and passes the outlet as they are being forced back in. So what happens, I will show in the video, it will be clear there. This type of pumps can also be designed to have the variable displacement capability. You can see the video in here, it's very informative. Okay, this is the swash plate. We can find the yellow color. This is the shoes, this is the driving shaft, this is the barrel which is rotating. Okay, and the barrel is rotating, and the pistons which you can see it here. So this is rotating barrel. So somewhere it is inlet and this is outlet. Okay, so what happens in here? As the driving shaft provides the rotatory motion to the barrel rotates. Because of the rotation of barrel, the pistons which are present, which are reciprocating inside the slots of this barrel, will tends to rotate, and which is connected by a pin joint to a shoe. It's also be guided with respect to the this whatever the swash plate. it is going to be guided with respect to the swash plate. As the barrel rotates, similarly this guy, whatever the shoes will follow the angled whatever the angled swash plate, and it will make the reciprocating motion. If this piston comes here, it will experience the lesser volume. As it rotates and it will move at this point, it having the higher value. So half portion, you can see half portion the suction takes place. Blue colored, whatever the volume you can see, this is a suction process, blue color. But red colored, which is shown in here, it is a discharge stroke. Okay, blue color it will having the suction, in yellow color, and sorry, in red color it is having a suction. So in this portion the inlet takes place, and similarly the outlet takes place at here. So you can see here in this sort of the side view, this is the, if you consider this is a barrel, rotating barrel. As the piston rotates, half portion the blue colored, which will be section stroke, takes place. In the half portion, whatever the discharge of liquid is going to take place at here. So like that, the whatever the working of this swash plate piston pump takes place. Let's see the bent axis type piston pump. Bent axis type piston pump is nothing but, in here the driving shaft, this is the driving shaft, and this is the rotating barrel. Sorry, the diagram is not that much clear. Okay, I think you can manage it. So this is a driving shaft, this is the rotating barrel, and it is not in the single axis. Okay, the axis is at inclined position. This is the axis of rotating drive, and this is the axis of the barrel. Okay, the barrel rotating. So in here there is no swash plate is used. Instead of swash plate, the angling of driving shaft is going to be maintained in here. So by that only the whatever the reciprocation of piston is going to take place, and the suction and delivery can be happen in this here. So you can see here, this is the rotating block or rotating barrel. This is the piston which is reciprocating inside this slots in provided in the block or rotating block. Then universal coupling. Then here the universal coupling is used to join this whatever the this driving shaft at the angle to the pistons. Okay, so universal coupling is used. Similarly, half portion is inlet, half portion is delivery. In construction, it consists of cylinder block with arrayed cylindrical openings, housing, pistons, and driving shaft. The housing design is such that it creates an offset angle between the center line of the drive shaft and the center line of the cylindrical block. The pistons are connected to the drive plate with ball and socket joint. The drive plate and the cylindrical block are connected with an universal joint, so that motion is transmitted through the bent axis. So what happens? The drive plate and the cylindrical block, which is going to be connected at some by using the universal joint, so that the motion transmitted through the bent axis. The bent axis of the drive shaft leads to the reciprocating motion of the piston in the cylinder. As in the swash plate make this that operation to be happen, that is the reciprocating motion. In here the bent axis of that whatever the driving shaft, it is having one plate, a bent plate, that is going to make the give that whatever the reciprocating motion to the pistons. The housing end at the cylinder block is sealed with an end cap having inlet and outlet ports with the feed grooves. Okay, so housing we have the end caps. Because of that, in the inlet and outlet can be can be happen in this whatever the pump. You can see this diagram. It is not that much clear, but you can know how the operation is taking place in here. So this is the driving shaft with a bent plate, and it is connected to the pistons. You can see the piston is connected the universal joint at here, ball and pin joint, ball and socket joint, and whatever the barrel is rotating with respect to this whatever the driving shaft, and it is connected to this whatever the barrel by a ball joint. You can see here ball joint, which is connected to the barrel. Because of that, barrel rotates. Because of the angle of this whatever the driving plate, it will make the piston to reciprocate inside that slot provided in the whatever the rotating block. Because of that, the suction and delivery can happen in this type of whatever the bent axis piston pump. So next, in here the radial type piston pumps. You can see radial type piston pumps is nothing but the piston pumps have the piston aligned radially in the cylindrical block. Okay, what happens? You consider the cylindrical block. The pistons are aligned in a radial direction. Okay, these are the pistons. First we see the construction. So this is the cylindrical block. Okay, in the cylindrical block we have the piston which is connected by one pentagon construction. This pentagon construction is going to be rotate with respect to the center shaft which is provided here. As this pentagon rotates, it will make the piston to reciprocate inside this sort of the slot provided, radial slots in the cylindrical block. Okay, you can see operation. The piston The pistons are placed in radial bore around the rotor. Okay, this is called as rotor. The piston shoe ride on an eccentric ring. Okay, this is eccentric ring, which causes them to reciprocate as they rotate. As the eccentric ring we want to rotate, it will make the reciprocated motion to the piston. The eccentric determines the stroke of the pumping piston. The eccentricity determines as the eccentricity of this circle and this rotor will decides the what is the pumping discharge. Okay, pumping of piston can be decided by with respect to that. The stroke distance can be decided. The radial piston pump works on high pressure. Okay, it will work up to the pressure of 1000 bars. That is the one of the advantage of this radial pump. You can see the piston. Okay, sorry, working. So this is the eccentric circle. This is the rotor. As the eccentric circle encircles this rotor, because of that, it will make the reciprocating motion of the pistons in here. As the piston reciprocates, in here walls are provided. Okay, inlet and outlet wall. Inlet taking place at here. Okay, when it is suction takes place, and outlet is going to be takes place, and outlet wall opens when the delivery stroke happens. Like that, each piston is going to make the same operation. That can be all discharge and all inlet ports can be commonly connected, and it will be supplied to the next unit. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have got lot of information regarding the piston pumps. Okay, thank you students. If you have any doubts, you can comment. You can make any. You have the contacts. You can contact me through any media. Okay. Thank you.